Pew 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 pew. This week on the Hapless Heroes.
You are Glorp, and you are magnificent.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Hapless Heroes podcast. I'm Francesco. I continue to be your host and DM as we continue our adventure in this abandoned research station that is now shooting at our party. Speaking of our party, I'm going to go ahead and introduce all of them to you. You know them. You love them. On my virtual left, we have Dave playing March.
Yeah, I feel like I got my answer about those turrets.
Lewis as Lev Zangief.
Thank goodness you work out.
Nicole is Glorp Glup Glup.
Get hacked, turrets.
Sebastian is Choom Deloom.
What's going on?
And John is Jam Jam.
Jam Jam may have done fucked up.
Once again, Mike and his character Brew are not with us this particular evening, but he should be returning next week. So for right now, Lev has been helping Brew get around as he's come down with the even worse case of the space sickness.
Ooh, ah, 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 ah.
Kind of envy him at this particular moment.
It would have been funnier if Choom did the thing.
Oh,
Is that tickling it for you, Fran?
Can you feel it? Oh, shit.
Anyways, I had meant, as I had briefly mentioned in my introductory spiel of this episode, this facility is currently shooting at our party. You just took the elevator back up to the main floor. Jam Jam, quote unquote, dolphin dove out of the elevator, and immediately as he did, failed to see the turret that down the hall that you had not, actually gone down to explore further into the facility. They're just started getting shot by some mystery lasers. So we're going to open up this episode by rolling initiative once more.
Yay.
Wonderful.
Ugh.
If it's any consolation, I rolled much shittier than last time.
All right. Come on, dice.
I did okay.
Yeah.
Let's see
Your
how
reaction time.
March.
16.
Lev.
5.
Oh boy. Glorp.
22.
Choom.
Got a filthy 15, baby.
Filthy one. It's so dirty. Jam Jam.
I have a regular 15. It's
Missing
not
out.
nasty or gross.
I'm
or
gonna
Oh, sorry, my
allow-
22 was dirty.
Okay, I'm going to allow the two of you to go ahead and decide which one of you would like to go first. When we get
I'm going to let Jam
there.
Jam go first because he's the
Okay.
one currently being freaking
Shot at. Sounds good to me. Well, in that case, Glorp, you see that you are you see this happen, or the first to act, you see Jam Jam is now getting shot at from down the hallway somehow. He's still right outside the elevator, but yeah, the shots are flying down the hallway. Those are my best laser noises. I'll probably add some better ones in post.
Pew, pew. No, those are worse.
How lethal are they?
Or lethal, as of the last person who
Okay.
got shot by that.
How lethal is a
lethal.
subjective? So yeah, how lethal is a subjective question, Lou? But
Well, it all depends.
I guess it
It has
depends
a
on how
huge
hard you
bearing
get hit
on-
by it.
It has a huge bearing on the noise that it makes. The more lethal, the scarier the noise.
Okay, well, consider it a very scary noise.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh,
That's
no.
Yeah, I don't like that though.
It's like from Gundam Zero or something.
Does this thing count as a creature
There are many Gundams.
in terms
It's
of
a-
spell casting?
Probably not.
I mean,
Like if I'm attacking a creature within range.
You would be yes, you could. I will say that, I mean, it's not going to necessarily be affected by anything that can affect some creatures, right? It is a mechanical object.
Does it make a Constitution roll?
I mean, it has stats that I would roll. It's just that depending on what it's making that for, it might be immune to whatever effect that is, right? So
we're going to test it. All right. So Glorp is, provided that I could at least like functionally attempt it. So Glorp is going to, stand confidently, cloak flapping in the lack of wind. Like Glorp is flapping their own cloak for a moment, and then points their wand at the turret and says freeze, and casts Ray of Frost.
Yeah, that'll do. Make me your ranged spell attack roll, please.
16.
A 16 will hit.
Yay! Woohoo!
Roll me your damage.
I haven't gotten to roll this dice yet.
That fresh dice feel. Open up a new pack of dice.
Don't have to say the damage roll.
So that's 3 cold damage. Ooh. Okay. So
Glorp sees a number come up.
Yeah. This ray of frost, fires out. The thing is, though, you pointed your wand at it, Glorp, but does the ray of frost come out, or your wand, sorry, your baton, right, out at it? Does the spell come out of the baton, or does it come out of the meteor in your chest?
So, I mean, it comes out of the meteor in my chest, but it does
not meteor.
Yeah, you see, like, kind of the white-blue ice flash go, like, from my chest down my arm.
Yeah, because you are translucent. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then, like, along the, so I'm guiding it sort of along that. But yeah, no, the artificial cardboard wand that my students made me is not actually magical.
Probably the first time any of you have seen Glorp cast an offensive spell. And seeing how that happened. So, I'm sure we can get your reactions to that eventually. But yeah, the turret takes you see like the icicles start to form a little bit on the turret. It's since it has no movement speed, it's not like it can be reduced to -10, but you do see that it's kind of gunking up some of the movement like mechanisms of it. It's kind of doing that thing again where it's just kind of it's doing its best to track, but that ice is kind of slowing down the tracking. Perfect. We're going to move on to March next, unless you had anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Glorp.
No.
I mean, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you duck back into the elevator?
No, I stand there flapping my cloak and
Confidently.
continuing to point my wand at it.
Perfect. March,
What is the sound of one Glorp?
You're a wizard, Glorpy.
Okay, so first thing I want to do is peek the corner. I'm not sure if I didn't catch it or if it wasn't asked, but is this just one turret? Are there multiple turrets out here?
So far, you can see one firing from down the hall so it would be to your right. So that would technically be to the east. Glorp was able to fire at it. It's about 60 feet away.
Okay. Well, I am going to peek. Cast Eldritch Blast to fire at it.
Sure.
And pointing my
what does that
arm,
look like?
Pointing my arm with the power glove in the direction of the turret. A whole bunch of kind of square, pixelated green, chunky, blocky energy sort of
pixelated green, chunky energy,
and then shoots out towards this turret, lighting up the room in a bright terminal green as it goes.
What the hell?
But a 7 + 5 is merely a 12 against armor class.
Sadly, that will not do it.
You still had guidance. I forgot to remind you. I'm sorry.
Does guidance apply to attack rolls, though? No, it does not.
It doesn't?
Checks.
Oh,
no.
Sad face.
Yeah, these things happen. Can't win on all the rules.
Can't. that magical
after that, we are going to duck back into cover.
Into elevator?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like the way he said that.
Neither do I.
Like people say I'm pessimistic, but I'm just intuitive.
I'm just trying to understand I'm just trying to make sure that I know where people are standing. That's all.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure.
Okay. So I believe we said that Jam Jam was going to go before Choom. So Jam Jam, it is now your turn. You're getting shot at.
I'm still kind of like I'm landing in the hallway.
Yes. Right outside the elevator doors. Straight ahead of you, you can see, like there's the security office to your right, and then the hallway that leads to the hangar bay. All the lights are on in here now, right? So you can see the turret clearly down the hall to your right, as well as a T intersection beyond it. Just kind of quickly looking around, like to the other direction, right to the left out of the elevators, right. Like I said, there's the hallway straight ahead that goes to the hangar bay, and then to the left is you can kind of see it goes to there's what appears to be some sort of locked door at the end of this hall, about it's 80 feet from the elevators, and then there's also 2 rooms on the right and left before that end of the hallway. Also doors closed.
Did any of them say they were comms?
Yeah, comms is to your left out of the elevators.
So security's directly in front of me.
Directly in front of you.
And comms is to my left.
That is correct.
Where the turret is.
Nope. The turret's to the right. To your right.
Good. I wanted to make sure of that. Jam Jam is going to again try to get to the comms to turn off the beacon. So he's going to aggressive toboggan towards the comms dash.
What's the distance you can cover there?
60, and he's going to kind of turn as he's kind of skidding on his back to March and say, March, security is right there. And then hinting that maybe that could turn off the actual security.
Door's right in front of you, but is locked because Lev had tried that before when the power was off and could not get it open.
Yeah, I'll get us through that door. Just we gotta make it a little less of a shooty environment.
Yeah.
Well, that's your movement, Jam Jam. You still have an action.
So there's a couple things I could do. How far is the comms room from me?
Well, you don't know which one necessarily is the comms room quite yet. You just know that there are
down that way?
3 doors over there. Yep, exactly.
How far is the first one?
Let's see, you went 60 feet, so 20. Yeah, so actually, as you get to 60 feet, you see to your left and right, you're right at where 2 doors are, and then another 10 feet ahead of you is another door. They're all closed. But the one to your left is labeled comms.
Okay. And because I dashed, I won't be able to do anything. I'll just be there.
You can try to open the door, but again, there's a card reader on the side of it.
But I wouldn't be able to shoot anything.
Do you want to shoot something instead? You can shoot something.
Well, because I dashed.
Oh, you dashed. That's right. That was your action. My bad.
Your ranger.
So that's where I'm kind of stuck at.
I mean, free action to interact with the card reader, which says facility lockdown in progress.
Right. And there's probably nowhere for me. I wouldn't be able to take cover right now. That's the only thing I wanted to see. If I was around the corner from the gun, I just wanted to see if I was around the corner from the gun or anything like that. Okay.
It's almost as if this was by design.
Yeah. Got it. In a hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Locked door. But I'm there.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Jam. Go ahead, Choom.
I need just a couple of questions here. How far away, like in feet, are we talking from where we are to turret?
Okay.
Outside.
I did mention this turret is about 60 feet from the elevator.
60.
To the right.
To the right. And then, can I investigate just peek while Jamden's doing his thing, can I tell how this turret, using my artificer mechanical knowledge, how this is tracking movement? Is it a camera? Is it what's going on here?
Well, are you trying to perceive a camera?
I'm trying to investigate.
You're trying to. Well, I mean, investigation. Kind of needs you need to be a little closer for those types of things.
It could be an
right?
insight.
I guess you could make an insight check, but do you want to use your action to do this, to get this knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. You can try to, I guess, insight. But I mean, typically, I will just say what would be common knowledge is that, obviously automated security systems would have some way to, identify friend or foe. I did remember telling you when you looked at, the manufacturer of these particular turrets, right? They were made by Warlock, Heat, and Martin. And there was very more sophisticated technology. It could have some sort of onboard tracking system. There could be maybe some sort of like small, tiny, or like infrared or some sort of camera system that's built into it that's tracking around. But
so that's what I want to know specifically.
There's you could tell from just the one that you had disassembled before, there was no direct. You couldn't necessarily see like any sort of obvious camera attached to it. But I did remember telling you also that a lot of these things are kind of controlled through some sort of like software or like some sort of like console external to them.
Okay. So then what I'm trying to perceive that is just like precisely how this thing is moving and tracking people.
I mean, you perceive it tracking your friends, right? Like, from this distance, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want you to waste a roll because you're not going to be able to see that from here.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to kind of get that information from where it's shooting at you. It's too busy shooting at you to really, and you're not going to be able to get a close look to necessarily understand how it's looking at you.
We're going to
just know that it is.
We're going to do it the Choom way then, and we're going to guess. And instead of doing that for my action, then I will be removing from my backpack 2 items: a monkey wrench that I carry around with me everywhere,
of course,
and a flashbang grenade.
Right. Now, you have 1 flashbang, I believe, right?
3.
You have 3. That's right. One of them, if you recall, you had strapped like a bunch of rubber
bullets
or
to
like,
it.
Well, it's actually non-lethal ammunition too. Okay.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be using that one. I'd be using a regular.
I just want to make sure that one of those is spoken for.
So I would. This is flavor, so you can do with this what you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But listen, I love flavor.
I'm gonna take the flash grenade. I'm gonna put it into the head of the monkey wrench, tighten it so that's just loose enough. I'm gonna hold on to the pin, and I'm gonna let it rip and pull the pin and try and use the momentum of the monkey wrench to fling the grenade as far towards that turret as I can.
So instead of throwing it, with your hands,
I'm using momentum to throw it.
I mean, listen, I don't care how you throw it. It's still just a throw.
Like a discus style freaking just.
That's cool, man. You could you could do whatever fucking movements you want. I think that the way that we achieve this is the same. So let me just make sure I got my rulings correct on this particular item, just to make sure that I'm not gonna say something incorrect and have someone on the internet yell at me about it, even though this is all made up.
Right. Okay. I'm a tiny monkey throwing a flash grenade at a turret.
Oh, I know.
Oh. I don't like the way you said that.
Why?
So
Why do you do
it?
You don't seem to like anything I have to say.
Just the way. It's not what
the
you have
positive
to say.
things,
It's just
the
the
successes.
Yes, there we go. So, I mean, you threw it. I guess I'll try to make a save for this thing potentially, but I'm not sure if that's gonna. I don't know if that's gonna do it for you, buddy. But I'll roll a die to humor you.
If it is a camera or an infrared system, it would affect it quite a lot. If it's not, then it wouldn't.
Well, I rolled the required save, which is just a DC 13 Constitution save. and I passed.
Oh, damn.
You see that, the great, Choom like hucks this thing right, and like kind of probably tells you guys like look away. And there's this like bright flash down the hallway, right? This just explosion of light, but the turret continues firing relentlessly.
I tried.
That it, Choom?
Yeah. Oh, I don't think I have a bonus action that I can use.
Yeah. Well, that tells me that it's time for as I did say, the turret continues firing relentlessly. It will continue to do that, and I have eeny, meeny, miny to choose from. What level in this D3? All right, Choom.
Yes.
This thing starts tracking in your direction.
I would have assumed that it would work, so I would have started running out towards Jam. So this is.
I think a 19 is going to hit your AC, right, bud?
Oh, abso-freaking-lutely it will. See, he's smiling. Like, you guys can't see it, okay? Like, I know it sounds like
I'm
talking to the people at home. I'm talking to the people listening right now. Don't edit this out. He has a look, okay?
Choom, for the people at home, what's your max HP?
When I had max HP, it was 9.
You take 6 fire damage.
So as this laser is coming towards Choom, and he remembers standing on that table in Proxy's office, yelling with his little monkey voice about how this is gonna get us all killed, I'm going to use my reaction to do Hadazi Resilience, which
Tell me about it.
The magic that runs in my veins heightens my natural defenses. When I take damage, I can use my reaction to roll a d6, add my proficiency bonus to the number rolled, and reduce the damage I take to the amount equal to the total with a minimum of 0 damage.
That would be prudent.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna flavor this before I roll. So if I fail, you can take it away. But I'm trying to do like a acrobatic, just like barrel roll as I see it coming towards me, just hoping that it goes under my arm or something.
Just singes some of your hair.
Because you're small and the beam is large, though.
Yes. I need at least I don't want to take any more damage. I don't want to die. All right. Plus my proficiency, it would be a -4 to that damage. So then I would take
2 fire damage.
2 fire damage. It clips me. It clipped me. Yeah. Oh, guys. Oh, I'm dying. Oh my God. Looks down. It's just like
You're singed.
Carry on. Sorry. Combat. Yeah.
Okay. Lev?
Oh, thank God.
I see the little chimp man who I've grown fond of get lit up by a laser. And I look down at him and I see the floor of the ship that we're on. And then I like
station,
the camera,
not ship.
The station that we're on, the ship station, not ship station, the station that we're on. And I see the sleek metal flooring. And then I look up and it's a ring. And there's lights, and I go into a rage.
Oh, he's raging!
How does Lev? Please. Come. I mean, because
I just told you.
But like, okay, yeah, you see that you're in a ring, but like, what does that rage look like?
What do
like,
we see?
You've described what you see, Lev.
Oh, I see. What do you see?
What do we see?
I mean, it seems like Lev, for the first time, stands up straight, and like his head and horn sticks out a little bit further, and he
does he do the full Hulkamania out of the spacesuit?
He rips it off. He's just got the bottoms on, and it's just like hanging off of him. And
I love that.
The eyes go back. There's no pupils. Just kind of full black shark mode, full black-eyed doll mode. And I run towards I don't run, but I go within my movement speed of 30 feet to bonk this thing on the head as hard as I can.
Well, it's 60 feet from you.
Oh my god. I throw a javelin at it. Wait, I walk 30 feet and then I throw a javelin.
The javelin is literally a sharpened piece of rebar.
Nice, yeah. And I pull that back and just let it rip here. Oh my god.
Please don't
That one.
say it. Please don't say it.
Yes, yes it is.
No.
How do I want to do this? What do I want to do here?
Dude,
Lewis, this is the first nat one you've offered me in this setting. I know that we've played casual games and stuff like that together, and we rolled plenty of nat ones between all of us, but this is the first one you've offered me while the mics are rolling. So I want to make it special.
Okay.
I really need you need a proper Hapless Heroes welcome. This is it right here. So just give me a moment to cook something up here.
Yeah, okay. I'll be right here, you know.
Delicious.
Oh man. Literally while this is happening, Shroom's just like mouthing, "That's hot."
I believe in the concept of failing forward.
Okay.
Lev, as your javelin, or as this, this piece of rebar is like flying in the air towards the laser, right? One of the beams and the rebar kind of like meet. The rebar like passes through it, right? The beam itself splits. I need everyone to make dexterity saving throws.
Everyone.
Nice.
Don't question me.
It was not a question. I'm just wondering if Lev is standing in front. I mean, I'm so small.
Except for March. March is in the elevator.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like if Lev is anywhere in
smart.
front of me, there's no, like they would have to shoot through Lev.
It's okay. It's fine. It's just fine. Listen.
I rolled it.
I'm not done. This is just a brief interruption as the beam splits. So, what do we got for Jam?
Online dice roller decided not to roll the dice.
I give you your dice back, right? You have no excuse now.
I have them. I used them. So you said dexterity save?
Yes, please.
18.
Okay. Choom.
17.
Oh, okay. Glorp.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh my God.
Nice.
And Lev.
I also got a 17.
God damn. So like this like shower of energy is sort of this beam almost like it behaves incredibly strangely, right? But all the sort of like split like energy just like hits the walls and the kind of all around you. All of you manage to kind of duck out of the way. But now this like piece of rebar is glowing red from like just the amount of like energy it just like has taken on. It's like heated up significantly in a short period of time, and it just like sticks right into the U bracket of of where the turret is, and now the turret is just like firing wildly, and you can see that this like molten like javelin, quote unquote, is like pressing up against like some of the like metal that's like up there, and you can see like it's almost like sizzling as it's like connected there.
Even though Lev doesn't get hit by the lasers, he's still like thinks that it's his prime. He's like in the middle of one of his big memories from his amateur days, and he tries to sell the hit. Like the laser did hit him, you know what I mean? He tries to sell it really hard. He's just like,
No!
Oh my God. Ever the showman. That's fantastic. I love that so much. March, you see Brew in the elevator just kind of like, he's like starting to like slump down and like sit down in the elevator. He's not looking so hot.
No, we don't.
He lets out a concerned grunt.
ugh.
No, we don't. We're not doing this. We're not doing this today. Hey. Look at me.
You also notice something else about him, March. As he's kind of going down, it almost looks like his like. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because he's wearing a spacesuit, but like there appears to be some sort of light coming from like within the suit. It's not bright, but like it almost looks like he, I don't know, like he cracked a glow stick or something inside of his suit.
No. We're not doing party drugs on the job. No. I've been to one too many festivals. I've seen way too much shit. No, we're not doing this shit right now. No, we're not. No.
That's it. Just wanted to share that little anecdotal piece of information. Moving on to Glorp.
Oh yeah, perfectly anecdotal.
That throw did not do any damage, by the way, as far as that was. No, because March's turn already happened. I just wanted to mention that because he's in the elevator right now, and we are reaching the top of initiative. Glorp, yes, it is you once more. Space Wizard extraordinaire, or sorcerer technically.
Yes, Space Sorcerer extraordinaire. Yeah, I'm just going to use Magic Missile at this point. This is starting to feel dangerous. Let's use a real spell.
Serious Glorp.
Serious.
It doesn't miss, so that is probably the best play here. What do Glorp's magic missiles look like while you're rolling your d4s?
They look like finger guns. So like the wand gets like pocketed for this, and the magic missiles are pew pew pew. Sorry.
So like this,
they're. How do I even do that in Glorp voice?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Fantastic. That was a good. That was a good effort. You really pulled that from down deep. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you see this this energy pulse from this chunk of icy comet within Glorp and out through both of their pseudopod arms as they form finger guns, which you could probably get at least more of a facsimile shape than just two finger guns, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I formed 3, by the way, arms as well as finger guns, because there's three missiles. So I have a third really shoddily made little arm coming out of my chest that just has the thumb and
so
finger.
Weird.
There's nothing else.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's hot. This party's on fire.
D4 plus 1, do that 3 times.
Okay, so the first one is 3. And the second one is 5. And the third one is a 2.
So it's just with great force, just as these magic missiles hit the turret, and you completely knock it off the bracket, and it falls to the ground, sparking from where the cables were connected. And then the piece of hot rebar also falls to the ground. The shooting has stopped briefly.
Nice.
For an undetermined amount of time, an indefinite amount of time.
All right. Good. Now that we've got our peace and quiet.
Jam is waving you down because he found the door.
Good. Somebody take over with the side of beef over here.
There is still this omnipresent boop 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 boop.
One thing at a time. One thing at a time. All right, security, we say, huh?
6-8
all right.
Jam's trying to flag you over to communications to get the beacon down.
Even
and then
better.
Security.
All right, I'm heading over towards him. I agree with this course of action here.
Can we see where the ship is now that we're on the same floor as the ship?
You can, if you look out through the hallway, you can see the hangar bay. Yes, the ship is still parked there.
Or we could we either leaving Brew in the elevator or we're taking him to the ship.
Yeah.
I figure at this point, we've already done almost 2 of it. He might be back by the time we actually move on.
At least going to communications feels like a good first move, in the totality of circumstances here. So I feel like we haven't done anything it'll set us back
out of the elevator, or are you gonna leave him there?
No, I'm just going to alert the rest of the party that Brew is there, and maybe somebody with medical skills or I don't know, compassion can take a look at him while I go try to get in a door, which is infinitely more interesting for me, to be honest.
That's facts.
Well, me is March, not me is Dave. This is all fucking component.
Choom would definitely be in the worried about Brew.
Camp.
camp.
So yes, hauling ass over to where Jam
Okay, so
Jam is.
we got Martin Jam down towards comms. So I guess Choom, your concern for Brew is noted. So like if you kind of like see past the elevator now, Brew is sort of like just groaning, and kind of like leaned, like kind of like sat down, leaned over his knees a little bit, right in the elevator. Just being like, oh,
Yell out the elevator. Was he glowing when we left him here?
Very mild. Very, very, very mild amount of
Still
light
glowing
that you're able to see through
when
there.
your
But
friend starts glowing.
There is, yes, just a slight,
Guys, this is a
slight
little
bit of
weird.
glow. Yep.
Glorp comes over
To the brew side.
and investigates the glow.
Make me an investigation check.
Really good at those.
And put hand on cape, flap it in the air a little bit, and cast guidance.
Yes.
2.
Plus a D4.
Even if a D plus a D4, I'm not gonna. I
Oh wait,
I'm
I
not
got a
gonna
plus
make you-
D4 to that.
Yeah.
Sure do. If you really
This
want
doesn't
to.
really
Choom.
matter.
Give her your inspiration.
Can I do that? Oh yeah, we can transfer it. I'll transfer
Inspiration
it.
can be given to someone else.
Sure. So I'll lean over and just be like,
I mean, you're waving the cape.
Lord.
That's the inspiration right there.
I've
Right.
known you for some time now, and I've seen you do things today that I didn't know you could do. So I know deep down, you can do this. You are Glorp, and you are magnificent.
I mean, I rolled a 4, so on the D4.
Well, you
that
get
was
an
effective.
inspiration. No,
You get
you get
inspiration.
roll
you can
again.
I don't know what that
advantage.
means.
Let's roll
Yeah.
again.
And add
With
the 4.
advantage.
And add the 4.
And then add that 4.
and then add the floor.
Oh, I got a nat 20. Plus 4.
well worth the
Plus
use of
4,
inspiration.
hell yeah.
Yep.
Glorp, you sense a certain resonance.
I hacked the spacesuit.
No, you do not. I mean, yes, I guess in Glorp's mind, maybe you did. But no, Glorp, what you do know, though, is that this glow is actually like kind of peering into like the spacesuit a little bit. Like I'm not sure if you're actually trying to manipulate it at all, but like it almost looks as though because whenever you see kind of Brew open his mouth, right, to kind of like, anyways, he's groaning and just kind of panting a little bit, like the glow almost seems to be coming from like inside of him.
Okay. What can we do about that? I think
The
I don't
glow
know,
is
just-
coming
just-
from
but-
inside the
but-
cow.
But you know that.
I think he ate a firefly.
or at least 10.
That's it.
Yeah, that's literally all we can. I can't move his ass. Whereas I'm staying there until somebody who can comes over.
I mean, I feel like Glorp could try. Glorp can be whatever height they want within reason.
Yeah. I could try to.
Why don't
Pick
we?
him
I mean-
that's the background.
I'm not gonna make you roll to like
Lev is
to
right
help
there.
him up.
Lev is
I'm
still
amazed by it.
he's
It's just gonna be
doing his
fun.
thing.
So okay, yeah, I'm gonna help Brew. I mean, he's conscious, right? He's just
Yeah.
like very lacking function. So
Like
I'm gonna.
if you were to extend a pseudopod, he would try to grab on.
Oh, that's no fun. So I make myself like as globby as possible and kind of like scoot under him so that he's like hunched over me. And what I'm doing is basically bouncing in order to like make him like walk.
Oh, that would make him feel way better.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that whatever nausea or he was experiencing, right, is only
No, this
going
is
to
good
get better.
idea. No, this is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you are able to create this sort of movement for him to sort of like schlorp him to the ship, so to speak. If that was
Great
your goal.
word.
Yeah, my goal is a glorp schlorp.
Well, the glorp schlorp, I would say, is successful. What you're going to notice is that now that as you enter the hangar bay, right, like all of the debris that was floating in here has fallen down. You can actually see that Mulligan is on the side of the ship right now, like pulling like a piece of sheet metal like off the top of the shuttle.
Oh, hi, Jeff.
What the hell?
This is it's a product of the. I should have been looking up when I landed. You know, gravity coming back and everything like that. Have you completed the mission? What happened to him?
He's glowing.
We're doing the glorp slurp.
I try and mimic it as best as I can.
Get him on the ship. Do you have the data? Did you do the thing?
If we say yes and then leave, are you going to ask questions?
Maybe 3.
While this conversation is happening.
Thank God.
Jam, March. You're staring at the door to the comms room. It is, again, you see the same panel, same facility lockdown message, same kind of locked door.
Fantastic. All right, folks. Let's do us a B&E. All right, card in the slot.
Hacking tools check.
Hacking tools.
Can Jam try to help him? Is there any way that can?
You are a smuggler.
Jam, are you proficient with computers?
No. I wasn't sure what was in my burglar's pack, though.
Jam, are you proficient with hacking tools?
I don't think so.
If you are, I'm going to say, if you are not proficient with either of the things you're trying to help someone with, I don't know if the help action is really going to work here, unless
What
you can
about
sell to
my
me how you're helping him.
Jam's wisdom. No, okay, that's fine.
All right, so I will go with a 10 on the die plus 6 for total modifiers, giving me 16.
Okay, and I'm sorry, Lev, I saw you had a finger raised.
I'll wait to hear the result of this die before I interject, depending on what I do next.
Hey.
March, the door does temporarily slide open, but you feel it is like there's something trying to override your, like, the commands that you're entering. For some reason, it's a little bit more difficult on this one to kind of keep this door open. You're gonna have to sit parked here.
Yeah.
Like constantly, like essentially copy pasting the command to reset. It's almost like every few seconds, the lockdown sort of script or whatever reruns, and you have to essentially intercept it every time the script reruns. So you're having to essentially babysit this. So someone else will have to enter. You're going to have to sit by the door if you want to keep it open.
All right. Yeah, let's, we're just gonna, shit, the hell. All right. Okay, I think we're stable. All right. I think I'm going to be glued here for a couple of seconds. How about you run in and see if you can't decommunicate this thing? If I got it, I'll run in, but let me see if I can't just hold this door open for you.
Yeah, so Jam, as the doors are being held open for you, you're looking into the comms room. You can see the part of the floor here has collapsed, and the ceiling itself, you know what I mean, has kind of is sort of like pushed down over one set of panels. There is a larger like computer panel, goes from like floor to ceiling, with all these different lights, buttons, screens, keys, and that appears to, you can see like on the screen itself there appears to be like an image of a person, and they're like talking, but you can't hear anything in the room itself. But that's kind of what you can see in here.
Anything I can see or perceive or whatever that would indicate where the beacon is coming from?
Well, there's that massive computer console where it looks like there's lights flashing and things like that, and there's like what appears to be on a screen the face of a person talking.
Okay, but that's really the main thing in the room is that. So I'm gonna go.
Yeah, a lot of the rest of the room seems to have been ruined. Like maybe maybe some sort of like surface like shot happened and like collapsed part of the ceiling into this room, and like the floor itself, because it's like all just kind of sunk in on the one side. So if you're looking in to the right side, a lot of that's like sunken and collapsed. To the left side are still some operating, like some actual consoles and things that you can access.
Am I able to?
There also appear to be a pair of headphones on the console.
Jam will put the headphones on and then try to find out using his limited computer skills, how to turn off the beacon itself.
Well, as soon as you, okay, I mean, you keep saying beacon, but really it's a broadcast that's happening.
Oh,
right?
I just knew there was a beacon being sent out. So it's this guy's discussion.
When you put the headphones on, you can hear whatever audio is happening. So you're looking at the face of this man, and I guess maybe if it would be hard to tell because of the state of the body that you saw down below, but you immediately know because of the way that the message starts that this is the chief engineer, because it said you can hear him saying, "This is an automated emergency broadcast from the Merion 4 Orbital Research Facility. Chief Engineer Maxwell Mott speaking. If you are receiving this message, please be advised. This facility has been locked down and has sustained heavy damage due to hostilities within this vicinity of Merion 4. All personnel have been evacuated. I have stayed behind to ensure the security of our research. This is a civilian facility. The situation is critical. Supplies are low. I have been assured of evacuation, but the conflict continues to rage on. Please relay this message to any nearby Federation or Imperial outposts. This is a civilian facility." And it just repeats.
Any way I can see to turn it off?
This will require a computer's check. This technology here seems foreign to you. It is old, and it is of a making that has not come from, anywhere you've kind of been at this point.
Just a 15.
A 15 is enough to kind of get an idea of the layout of this whole situation. Yes, there is, there is a few different buttons there here. You can kind of see that, have like the little shift labels and whatnot to start recording, transmit, a few different things, but you are able to see something that does stop the broadcast.
Okay.
So you push that button and the screens kind of go dark, and you just kind of are left with just the operating panel saying, just please enter command. And you hear Lev on the Actually, Lev, are you by the ship or are you by them?
I'm by I'm by them. March and
so you're by March and you're by March.
I haven't carried him back yet. We have Brew. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Glorp carried him back.
Oh, that's right. Glorp did.
Slurped him back. In fact,
which is why I'm here.
So on the radio then, because obviously there's a 2 by the ship. You see Mulligan pull the radio out because he notices that at least the alarm from the ship has stopped going off. And he's like, okay, whatever you did, stop the broadcast. That's good. I'm sorry. I'm outside of the ship right now. I need to go check the scanners. There was at least one vessel entering the system. We probably have about 30 minutes before it reaches our location.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Jeff says that did it. It's time to leave.
Well, yeah, you haven't even completed your mission yet. So there's that.
We turned something on and then we turned something off.
That's about what you've been able to accomplish, and you've gotten shot a few times.
Yep.
Nah.
Builds character.
Okay, great. So on to security then, huh? Let's get these doors open so we can get where we're going in time.
If we dropped off Brew and Mulligan is mumbling to himself, we're gonna leave. I'm gonna leave him.
Mulligan is going back to check the ship scanners.
Nice. I'm going over to the rest of the crew then. As long as Brew is on the ship. Sir. You move away or whatever, and move on to where the security door is. Again, that room is locked. You can see into the room right from the hallway. Right, but the door itself is locked.
How tight is the door?
Wait, go ahead. Sorry, Holland. Lev?
That was my question earlier, was aren't there like windows or whatever?
You can see into the security room, yes.
Yeah. Is it just the security room?
It's almost as if it's like a screening point. Yes, it's just for the security room. You can kind of see.
Okay, there's no other kind of...
You would imagine that someone would have been posted up inside of their screening. Anyone?
I was going to start smashing windows.
So this window, does it have like a little speaking hole in it, or like is it like those 2 windows that slide in front of each other?
It's a great question. I didn't really describe that before. We're going to say that there is like a little speaker on it and like a microphone on the inside.
Speaker and a microphone.
I smashed the window.
You attempt to smash the window.
It's a security window.
So what are you smashing it with your weird fucking like scrap club? Essentially, a scrap
exactly
maul?
what that's exactly.
Okay, make me
what
a
I'm
melee
doing.
attack roll against the window.
This is the best day
already
ever.
20, dirty 20.
Oh yeah, I mean this metal scrap maul hits the glass with a crash. You see barely a scratch on the window itself. You almost feel like this almost like plasticky like boom, like as it recoils off of it. This is no typical glass.
They've had this
totally try
happen
again.
before, I guess.
Okay, so March's priority is make sure Jam Jam gets back out of the room first before I pull the key
Jam
card and
Jam
let the door
came
close.
flying out of the door. This almost immediately after it was off on his back. And,
Perfect. The second you're out, I'm pulling the card and moving along towards security's door.
Yep, and the door shuts again.
Glorp uses their baton to try to pop the microphone out of the glass. Like the little speaker. Just a little like pop to see if that like
Make me an attack roll with your the baton.
Which is made out of cardboard.
No, well, I mean,
No.
my actual description is that I picked up a baton when we were equipping
Yes.
myself as
Yes.
a weapon, and then I strapped
Yes.
my little
Like a
cardboard
police baton,
wand
essentially.
to the top of it.
Got
Yeah.
it.
I'm using the other end. I'm not hurting
That's
my
fine.
wand.
You get to make a melee attack roll. I hear your strength is pretty good, Glorp.
Oh yeah, but I had a really good roll, so it's only down to 16 with my strength.
It went down
I mean, you
to
hit
16.
you hit the speaker thing. You put a dent in like the metal.
It doesn't
That's all
like
that
pop it
happens.
out of the hole though.
No.
Nice. I think Glorp, having seen Glorp hack so many things, I think that they might be onto something. So I too
I just, like,
swing at
so
the
I-
microphone.
Yeah, you just see. Okay, so I want to just describe
Thinking
this
that
to
it's
the
like
rest
a
of you
weak
who are
spot.
standing here, right? It's just like I want to just like almost imagine this like Glorp and Lev just like taking turns like
Wailing
hitting
on
and
this.
swinging. Yeah, like so these two are just constantly just try to hit and smack and smash the glass and microphone situation. over there.
Designed to withstand all the hits and smashes and smacks.
Yeah, but that's
Jim's
what's
just
happening over there.
watching with a huge smile on his face.
Yeah, just every now and again, right? This every you see Lev constantly winding up. It's almost like one after the other. Both of them are just like smacking the crap
Hit it.
out of this
Hit it,
thing.
big boy.
Nothing seems to be actually happening, but they're really into it.
So am I.
March continues to haul ass towards the actual door for security, slam the security card interface in, and we're going right to work on this door.
Go ahead and
Like,
give it a
I
shot.
understand that time is of the essence, and we are going to be trying to run between places. Let's see. Ooh, this is a 13 plus 6, so 19 with the tools.
That opens the door.
All right.
Wait, don't stop.
Fantastic. No. This one's actually like open. I'm not going to have to maintain this one.
Nice.
Like we in. All right. So security console. Let's see. We got box of donuts. Other box of donuts.
Old donuts.
Yeah, no, but it's security. They're the same everywhere. Like I could have predicted this like outside the room. So here we go.
Security console is asking for a password.
Yeah, it's asking
Of
for a
course it is.
password. Now, what do we remember?
But the only notes you have so far is information about this facility was through the lens of the chief engineer.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's not head of security, I'm assuming.
No.
No, he is not.
You know that potentially the chief medical officer's name is Jeannie as well.
Yes.
There was never a name given out for the chief security officer, but you know that there is one. There was one.
Well, you know what? The first thing I'm going to enter is Genie. Let's see where I get off of the first attempt.
I mean, yeah, it's incorrect password.
Phrasing.
All right. Let's see. We're going to go with the dumbest suggestions first. Guest. Enter.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the incorrect password.
Wasn't there a number?
While he's guessing, can Jam look around the room again?
Are you like manually brute forcing this password right now?
I'm amusing myself with this, but I think we're going to pause after
we went from
it's...
sense of urgency to might as well just type a few things in here.
Yeah, but these were one, the first thing I knew about anybody surrounding this, worth a try, and the stupidest possible suggestion because I feel like that was actually economical use of my time. Now we got to start looking around the room.
Didn't we have a password that works somewhere?
Right.
Choom, you will recall when you read the operating procedures that the lockdown needs to be ended by 2 people, the chief engineer and the chief security officer.
I still have the binder too.
Sure do.
So I'm going to drag the binder out. It's heavy for me, so don't mind me. And I bring it into the room. I think
it describes the procedures the security officer should perform once you're logged into the console.
Right. Again, though, I know that, this place, excuse me, I'll do in care. Place as big and sophisticated as this probably has multiple passwords and multiple things. But we did use one earlier that worked pretty well. Does anyone who has a brain bigger than a monkey's remember what that is?
Now, was that where we will use a Bolakanga?
You use that on the generator.
And there's a number.
Console.
Bolakanga
The
something.
lucky number 3.
It was 0
Lucky
exclamation mark. Oh, yeah, that.
It was Bullokunga 3 exclamation mark, if I recall correctly.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that was a chief engineer password. We might be able to get some mileage out of that one again. So now we got to learn something about our security guy here. All right. So, I mean, he's a security guy.
Is it that floating guy over there?
What's up?
Or not floating. The frozen guy that Jam found.
He's
That
the
was the chief engineer.
Oh, okay.
Perception of the room?
Well, now that you're looking in from the inside, right, you couldn't really necessarily see this from the outside, but underneath, the desk where the consoles and the computers and things like that are, there's appears to be some locked cases, as well as some drawers and the filing cabinets. And that's about it. That's in here, right? And then there's some screens that would probably show security footage, but they all seem to be dark.
Are there any weapons or equipment in here?
You see that there is a weapon rack on the wall, but there are no weapons currently racked.
Right.
Is there a regular keyboard at the desk, or is it all touchscreen type technology?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
There is a keyboard, but March has been kind of using both to interact with this console so far.
At a moment,
just kind of playing around.
At a moment when March's hands are not on the keyboard, Glorp picks it up and looks underneath it to see if there's a sticky note stuck to the bottom.
No such luck.
Oh, this place is really high tech. I don't know what the password could ever possibly be.
Goodness gracious.
You really are the truest representation of an end user right there. Puts password on sticky note, expect that everyone else keeps password with sticky note in the same place is probably right.
Any other bright ideas of how you all are going to interact with this?
Is there a sticky note on any of the monitors?
No.
Now I'm really stumped.
Said there was locked cabinets?
No devices this time. Nothing left
that was
behind.
Your perception of the room, right? No one's tried to open anything or do anything.
Yeah,
right?
the cabinets, right? Locked, you said?
There are locked boxes and filing cabinets.
2 locked cases.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Underneath the desk, and then some filing cabinets.
Can I investigate to see what the cases are locked with? Is it a mechanical lock or a digital?
So it's it's one of those latches that kind of holds the top closed, and then there appears to be some sort of keyhole in that latching mechanism, a physical key, not a digital key.
That's interesting. Or would they have a physical locked case? Is anyone good at breaking and entering cases?
I think that would be a Jam Jam specialty.
Yeah, my burglar's pack should be able to let me in there.
You got thieves' tools.
Yeah, that should be in there.
This is old-fashioned thieves' tools here, baby.
I just had a horrible, horrible image, but you know how penguins can kind of like regurgitate.
I'm not going to throw up the burglar's pack.
Not the pack, just like the lock picks or whatever.
Gross.
Hey, useful skill if we ever get locked up, that
That's
you would
what
be
I'm
able to
trying,
smuggle
right?
the lockpicks in that way.
I don't think I'm proficient with them though.
Yes, you are, as a criminal.
I am? Oh, okay,
Nice.
good. I wasn't sure how that worked. Okay,
That's from
cool.
your background, yes.
So it's a
give you
sleight of
a-
hand with proficiency.
And a fist bump.
It's not sleight of hand. It's a tools check.
Tools
using
check.
Dexterity and your proficiency.
Just
Which I
dexterity.
guess technically, if you are proficient with sleight of hand, would be the functional equivalent. It's just that this is a tools check with thieves' tools.
And a fist bump of guidance. Got this.
With the guidance is 20.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're able to unlock one of the cases.
Mhm.
So you pop the latch and open it up, and inside, seems it's kind of odd. It's almost it's like a cold storage.
Okay.
There you can see, like, as you open it up, like this, like a little bit of this cool air kind of comes out. There's like a little LED screen on one of the sides of the inside of this thing that shows like a 20% like power still remaining. So this thing has been running for years and is still technically got some life on it, some juice on it still.
Okay.
But inside, you could just see that there's like rows of vials of some sort of blue liquid.
Blue liquid.
Okay.
Keep
Jam
that.
Jam will shut it. How big is it?
How big is the case?
Yeah.
Like a tote sized, almost like a Rubbermaid tote. Like I'm trying to think, like what's the dimensions of this I'm doing? Like maybe a few feet across.
Like a steamer trunk.
Yeah, kind of like a steamer trunk almost, but like it's like one of those what are those cases called? They're like kind of reinforced a little bit, right? They're like super thick,
Like a
shelled.
pelican case?
Kinda, yeah, something like that, essentially.
Jam Jam
Yeah.
will shut it
Hefty.
and say,
Like,
Jam Jam hates the cold.
oh
And
my god.
we'll start dragging it back to the ship.
It's not super heavy, but like with your stature, right? You are kind of having to drag it unless someone else helps you.
Yep. Nope.
Hey, me,
But
Chief.
somebody can help me if they want, but I'm just going to drag it back to the ship. This is the thing for whatever is Tink can have this.
Okay.
Or maybe
said there was
we'll
two
figure
of
out what
those,
they
right?
are, and maybe, yeah.
You said there's two of them, right?
Maybe we'll just give them one of them.
Yeah.
There is another
Yeah.
case under there.
Get
It
both
looks
in
the-
these
it loo-
cases. Yeah.
It looks the same.
You know what? We will investigate those later on the ship. We get, let's get this handled. I'm gonna go run over to that filing cabinet and see what we can see. Yeah.
Jeff!
Yeah, you start rummaging or rifling through the filing cabinets. I mean, you don't find a ton in here. It's like a lot of different like rows of like papers and like actual like manila folders filled with a bunch of different information. Like you see like photos of like people like, hey, watch out for this guy when he comes in. There's like a lot of different notes about like frequent visitors and things of that nature. But I would like for you to make me an investigation check.
That's what we're looking for. I've done enough dumpster diving to know what the goods are on papers here.
Look for a folder that says passwords.
Okay, so that is 8 plus what's investigation is also a 6, so 8, 6, 14.
14. I mean, you don't really necessarily find anything super useful as far as like anything that's like direct information, like there's no like cards or like any special technology in here. But what you do find is just like some printed memos. It looks like it's some sort of like HR dispute between the chief security officer, whose name is Gordon Mills, and
Gordon Mills.
one of his subordinates, who just goes by Chuck, and it's in quotations. Some sort of spat that they had about the coffee machine and the break room, yada yada. But it does make mention of the security office, the CSO's office in the facility, where another altercation took place as well. Just kind of documenting a few different things, but it does kind of highlight to you that apparently the CSO does have an office somewhere in this facility that's not this room here.
Okay. Is there any indication? Okay, actually, in here wouldn't have an indication on where that would be, but maybe
you saw the
there's
signs pointing to offices towards where that turret was firing at you guys from.
Wonderful. Okay. All right. Well, we got our next step. Let's see. It looks like we need to go find this guy's specific office down this hallway here.
And with that, with time ticking down, and as the gang marches to the chief security officer's office, I'm going to have to call this episode of the Hapless Heroes podcast. No intense cliffhanger for you this time. I'm not going to do that to your poor little hearts every week. But, I feel like this time crunch itself might prove interesting depending on how quickly we can get through the remainder of this mission. Will our group manage to leave in time, or will they have some unexpected guests? I guess we'll have to find out next time. But until then, if you like us, you can find us on the internet. We're on all over the place, but you can just find all of our links to all the places we exist on the internet on our link tree. It's just linkter.ee/haplessheroes. Point you to all of our different social media pages, our merch pages, again, any of the relevant links that are related to this podcast. But the most relevant link of all, and the place that you can come and directly interact with us, the cast and people that have made the show possible, the Hapless Heroes podcast, and that's our Discord server. Just a chat server. We're always hanging out in there, talking with different members of our audience, talking about the show, talking about D&D and other tabletop role-playing games. People are showing off like all the cool minis that they're painting, and we're having all kinds of different discussions in there. We encourage you to join our burgeoning community. It's a really cool place to hang out, and I really just can't say enough nice things about it and all the people who engaged with us in there. So if you want to see it for yourself, come join us. Find the link on our link tree. Now, if you really, really like us, you can leave us a 5-star review on the podcast service of your choice. Every rating and review helps us grow in the ranks, get more visibility. You've heard my spiel over and over again, but I begs repeating. Say some nice things about us. We'll say some nice things back to you on the air. And if your podcast service doesn't allow you to leave a 5-star review for some reason, we do have a 5-star channel in the aforementioned Discord server where you can just say some nice stuff about us and we'll shout you out anyways. So take a look and please, show us some support. Another way you could show us some support if you really, really, really like us is you can donate to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/haplessheroes. We have all manner of different kinds of rewards, everything. Really just the $5 tier and above gets you access to all of our behind the scenes content. We're also occasionally releasing free episodes to our Patreon feed, doing different, planning on maybe doing different interviews and people within the sort of creative space that help us make our show possible, as well as people, just people we've collaborated with in the past. As well, maybe other kinds of bonus content as we dream it up, will be kind of trickling out into there. So take a look, see if any of those things are right for you. All that money goes right back into making this show possible. And so we appreciate, your current, continued, and past support. Now, that's all I have to say. So the last thing I have to do here is outro my wonderful, lovely, amazing cast for you. In the opposite order they were introduced, starting in my virtual right, we had John playing Jam Jam.
Until next time.
Sebastian is Shum Daloom.
Can somebody get Jeff to come get this truck?
Nicole is Glorp Glup Glup.
I think our sticky note is this way.
Lewis is Lev Zangief.
It is time to leave.
It's not. Dave as March.
Good night, everybody.
And I'm Francesco. I've been your host and DM. We will see you next time as we see what happens next. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
I said next twice there in a row, but who gives a shit?
Next.